All right. Welcome, everybody. You already know what time it is. It is Friday night, and so you already know it is time for the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you are going to find on social media. Oh, man. Hope everybody had an awesome week this week. I know I did. Some things may have happened, but hey, you know what? I moved on faster than the USA got beat by Belgium. That's just me. But you know what? Some things are better in life. Why? Because tomorrow is Saturday. If you know what I'm referring to, then you absolutely know what I'm referring to, or you know why I'm excited for tomorrow night. And I cannot wait. Right now, I got Friday Night SmackDown on behind me. We got a ton of awesome topics to talk about. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. Let's get into, or before we get into it, be sure to click the link in the description of this video that says Linktree No Mercy Sports and click on the tab that says TrueVictory.com. They are veteran-owned, veteran-operated. They push out a lot of t-shirts. I own a few of them. They are very military-friendly. Whether you're Army, Navy, Marine Corps, U.S. Coast Guard, they got it all. They have the t-shirt designs are very cool. It's got the saying on the front of the shirt, regardless of what your military branch was. Hey, be sure to pick it up. They also have colors for your favorite college team that you love to root for as well. Once you have found what you're looking for, when you get to checkout, be sure to use code NOMERCYSPORTS15 for 15% off your entire purchase. TrueVictory.com, baby. Let them know I sent you. Let's get into it right now. Ooh, God, there are a lot of topics that I got to talk about. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a great time. Let's get into it. Let me talk to you. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. And, man, does it feel good to be back on another Friday night, baby. Oh, so like I said, we got a bunch of awesome topics to talk about. Let's already dive into it. Now, because I got Friday Night SmackDown on behind me, let's talk about it. Because they opened up with Nick Aldis introducing the new WWE Champion, CM Punk. Now, look, don't get me wrong. When Sami won the WWE Championship at Night of Champions, it definitely caught me off guard, especially because of who he was in the triple threat match with, you know? Because in my opinion, I honestly thought it was going to come down to either Cody or Gunther, who was going to walk away with the championship. I honestly didn't have Sami walking away with that championship. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, but WWE is scripted. You really thought Sami, of all people, was going to win the WWE Championship in that triple threat match? Fuck out of here, stupid ass. Anyways, though, so with Nick Aldis having to take a leave at the time due to a backstage incident between him and Gunther, and Monday night, Nick Aldis would return, telling Adam Pearce, yo, Cody may be out, but I got a replacement for him. He's here in the building. Which then would eventually lead to Sami Zayn having to do a open challenge match for the WWE Championship. And of all places, happened to be in Chicago. But I'll tell you this. Guess who his opponent was? CM Punk. Guess who walked away from that match, the winner and new WWE champion? CM Punk. You want to know how long Sami had that title? 9 freaking days. Sami had that title. Look, I'm all for, if people are win the Money in the Bank, somebody wins the championship and they're at their weakest, somebody cashes in the Money in the Bank, and the person that just won the championship held on to it for like 5-10 minutes tops. But short reigns, like I'm usually used to like a month tops. 9 days? Oy vey. So, in the end, though, did WWE do Sami Zayn dirty for letting him hold on to the titles for only 9 days, only for him to lose it to CM Punk? In a way, yes, they did do him dirty. They really, really did. I mean, come on, 9 days? Like, the dude just won it. And after he won it, people exploded on social media. Like, they didn't like the fact that Sami Zayn won. They didn't like the fact that he was the new champion and everything like that. Look, I get it. But again, for me, it caught me off guard. That's the only thing. I didn't hate it or anything like that. In a way, I was happy for him. Again, I was happy for him and everything like that, because he's been in the business for 20 plus years, trying to make it to the main roster of WWE. He is an NXT champion back when NXT was still watchable at the time. Did they do a rebrand but still keep the black and gold? Yeah, I respect that. But once they went to this whole tie-dye bullshit that they were doing, what the fuck was that? And at the time, definitely shouldn't have broken up the Undisputed Era. Like, bro, that was your biggest moneymaker for NXT at the time. In any case, this isn't about NXT. In a way, it is. This isn't about the Undisputed Era. This is about Sami Zayn holding on to the WWE Championship for 9 freaking days. Like, really. Like, just much like Jey, even though Jey had it for about a month or so after he won it at WrestleMania, only to drop it on a random night episode of Monday Night Raw. Really? Like, just, hey, Sami, you're going to defend the title tonight. Yeah. And you're also going to lose it. Like, we couldn't build this shit up to Saturday Night's main event. Oh, but I guess fucking CM Punk is too good to win it at Saturday Night's main event. But I guess, hey, fucking Cody Rhodes and CM Punk is definitely worthy of SummerSlam. Not gonna lie, it definitely is. But really, fucking CM Punk is too good for Saturday Night's main event to get the title back. Like, bro, do you really think that low of yourself? And you're a fucking Chicagoan? The fuck out of here. Like, Jesus Christ. In my opinion, it honestly would have been a good build-up if he had returned, came out, both him and Sami did a promo battle in Chicago. Again, I get it. It's Chicago. Punk's got to return. He's going to win the title, so on and so forth, blah, 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 whatever the fuck. But, oh God. I mean, look, I get the direction or what WWE or not WWE. I get what Triple H was saying that, yo, Sami ain't a money drawer. Yeah, no shit. You still gave him the title. You knew he wasn't going to draw money, but you still gave him the title regardless. The fuck? Fucking Ray Charles and Helen Keller could have seen that. Whatever, though. I'll tell you one thing. It sucks that Sami lost the championship on Monday Night Raw 9 days after he had the title. And boy, oh boy, the tirade he went on after Monday Night Raw went off the air. Oof, my goof. That was, yeesh. In a way, that was his own version of the pipe bomb that CM Punk delivered 14 years ago. But I'll tell you what. I am about sick and tired of guys like Jey and Sami getting a title run, but when somebody like LA Knight is mentioned, mind you, he got himself over organically. You know, he made the best decision of his life when he switched from that lame ass gimmick known as Max Dupree into LA Knight. And trust me, I saw that gimmick. That was some straight up bullshit. How Vince saw LA Knight in NXT and decided, hey, you know what? We need somebody to come. I got this Great gimmick for you. You're going to be a model agent. What? So basically, you're trying to make another fucking Rico, is what you're saying, Vince. Yeah, Vince was still in control at the time. Now, look, don't get me wrong. Triple H has definitely shown flashes of like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? But even then, for God, I don't even know how long, for a stretch of how long, Vince was showing like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Are you that delusional, you old fuck? Anyways, like I was saying, so LA Knight gets himself over organically with the crowd. You know, he comes out the first time, I want to say 2020, late 2022. You know, he comes out with his LA Knight entrance, which literally sounded like something Dr. Dre produced for a GTA game. If you don't know what his entrance music sounds like, I highly suggest you go check it out. It is literal West Coast GTA. I'm telling you right now, you're not changing my mind when you hear it. In any case, though, LA Knight has been over with the crowd for the last 3 years, and 2 of those years, he was robbed in the worst possible way at WWE's pay-per-view Money in the Bank. Look, Damian Priest winning, I get it. You know, have him win. You know, he deserves it. He's been working his ass off and everything like that. But to have Drew McIntyre win and then Seth Rollins win in 2025, what does Seth Rollins have to prove? Because he's a multi-time world champion. He has practically done anything and everything in this freaking business. But he's the go-to guy to win the Money in the Bank last year? What in the fuck is that? Anyways, though, like I said, I'm happy for Jey and I'm happy for Sami that they captured world title gold and everything like that. But in the manner that they lost their titles was absolutely ridiculous. Between Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, who lost their world title the worst? At first, for so long, I really thought that it was going to be Sami Zayn. Or no, not Sami Zayn. I thought it was going to be Jey Uso because he won it at the biggest stage possible, being WrestleMania. And if anything, he definitely could have had it until Backlash, or probably until the next pay-per-view after Backlash. You know, hey, go out there, do your thing, do whatever. But to lose it on a random episode of Monday Night Raw, and for him to get choked out by Gunther, look, I know that the submission hold, or the rear naked choke, I should say, if you're a UFC fan like myself, cannot wait for tomorrow night. Conor McGregor is returning. I'm going to get to that in just a bit. But the fact that Jey Uso lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Gunther via rear naked choke, again, on a random episode of Monday Night Raw, that is definitely bad. But yeah, no, Sami Zayn definitely now claims the title of losing the WWE Championship the worst way possible, literally after winning that shit. Like, bro, he wins it at Night of Champions. Happy about it, does essentially a Eddie Guerrero SmackDown type celebration. Granted, there wasn't like confetti or balloons coming down or anything like that, but at least the fireworks were going off. But then getting told, like, hey, you got to go to Monday Night Raw, make sure you have the WWE Championship with you, because you're going to defend that shit. Like, the dude had it for 9 days and he lost it. Again, I understand the reasoning behind it. Like, yeah, he's definitely not a money drawer, or he's definitely not the type of person that's going to put asses into seats or anything like that. But, I mean, come on. What was the point of putting the title on him in the first place? Seriously. What was the point? I'd really love to know. I get it, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia and everything like that, and I know Sami has that like background to him, or maybe ethnicity to him or something like that, but again, in the end, What was the point of putting the title on him in the first place when you knew he was not going to be a person that draws money or anything like that? Why? My God. Just, it's mind-boggling. I know Saturday night's main event is next weekend on the 18th, I believe. But honestly, I'm more so looking forward to SummerSlam. I really am. Hang on. Yep, we got bloodline business going down on SmackDown right now. In any case, let's move on from WWE because we got plenty of time to talk about that. I honestly cannot wait for what happens tomorrow night. If you know, you know. If you don't know, don't worry. I'm going to fill you in towards the end of the show or maybe our first commercial break. Let's move on to some baseball right now. The All-Star break is not only this weekend, and not only is the MLB draft upon us as well, but the Home Run Derby is upon us as well. I know it starts next week, but I, for one, am excited about it. We got Ben Rice, Jack Caglione, Junior Caminero, and now, most recently, Bryce Harper. Now, we've seen this type of situation before for Bryce Harper because Bryce Harper has announced that he will be participating in the Home Run Derby. The irony is the All-Star game is in Philly. Who does Bryce Harper play for? The Philadelphia Phillies. We've seen that before because when he was a member of the Washington Nationals and the All-Star game was in Washington, where the Nationals play, he entered the Home Run Derby. The even more ironic thing is if we see somebody else join the Home Run Derby, that's who Bryce Harper beat when he was a part of the Nationals. So, again, Harper was already the hometown guy as part of the Nationals. He beat his teammate, or now teammate, in the Home Run Derby back in Washington. So, can Harper go 2 for 2 by winning the Derby on home turf again? Now, I'm not going to say that this Home Run Derby cast is stacked. A few guys definitely are in the 20s as far as home run goes. I think Harper is definitely up there as well. The Phillies have been struggling this season, but they found their momentum. But I honestly think, short answer, I honestly think Harper can go 2 for 2. But when you look at some of the guys like Caminero and Rice, I'm not saying they can beat Harper. I'm just saying they may give him a run for his money. In any case, I really think that Harper really could pull it off and go 2 for 2 again or win again. I honestly think it would be something to watch as well. I'm definitely going to tune in for it, and I really cannot wait for the Home Run Derby. Probably one of the most exciting things outside of the All-Star game that's really worth watching as well. I think it's going to be a fun time, and I think it's going to be a great time. Whoever comes out the winner, hey, that's just, I can't wait for it, can't wait for something else. But again, I'm going to let y'all know maybe towards the end of our first commercial break. Oh, hold on. Oh. They brought out, what was his name? I want to say Reese Keys. So he's talking with Jimmy and Jacob right now. I guess Jay is trying to handle some business. But in any case, though, this weekend is going to be a fun one. I honestly cannot wait for it. And, hey, here's to the Home Run Derby and whoever comes out the winner, baby. Speaking of baseball, though, speaking of baseball and speaking of home runs, first off, who says you can't be romantic about baseball, man? I dare anyone to try and argue against that. I really do. Because the Detroit Tigers called up their minor league player, Eduardo Valencia, and he would then become the 10th Tigers player. He would then become the 10th Tigers player to hit a home run in his first place. Jesus. He would then go on to become the 10th Tigers player in his first plate appearance to hit a home run. Moving on, the Tigers are 8-2 in their last games and are currently sitting 4.5 games out from first place in the AL Central as we approach the All-Star break. Once the All-Star break is over, can the Tigers find the right momentum for a playoff push? I honestly think it's possible. Because what was it? 2 years ago, I want to say. The Tigers were just after the All-Star break, I believe, or even going into the All-Star break, Tigers were down bad and not in a good position to, like, people were doubting them. Like, they were down bad, like, not even within shouting distance of a AL wildcard position. But whatever the fuck manager AJ Hinch did with the Tigers somehow worked, because next thing you know, the Tigers are now in the playoffs, making a push. Unfortunately, yeah, it was 2 years ago. Unfortunately for the Tigers, they lost to the Indians. Unfortunately for the Tigers, they lost to the Indians. Yes, I still call them the Indians because you can erase a lot of things, but history ain't one of them. And then, the Indians would go on to face the Yankees in the 2024 ALCS. But look, I like what AJ Hinch is doing for this team. A lot of players are really starting to find their groove. They're starting to find their rhythm. Unfortunately for them, one of their ace pitchers being Tarek Skubal is honestly holding on by the strongest thread imaginable. Why? Because he is definitely a big name on that team that could look to be dealt during the trade deadline, before the trade deadline, and that is approaching soon. So I know they have Gleyber Torres, Javier Baez, a lot of good guys, Torkelson. They got a lot of great players, but it's that mound where wins start. Because you got to have a good pitching rotation, and right now, outside of Skubal, I really can't think of anyone. If y'all can think of somebody, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear somebody outside of Skubal that can really help the Lions get some key victories to getting back into first in the AL Central. I would really love to hear it. But for right now, I still have faith that the Tigers can do something for not only the American League, but also make a run in the Central as well. We're just going to have to wait and see after the All-Star break, because for now, I really think it seems as though teams are just like, well, the All-Star break is coming up. We'll do our thing, do what we need to do, and then once it's over, we'll get back on that horse again and try to start winning key games and everything. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break. When we get back, we're going to be talking more baseball, and these are some really good topics. You're definitely going to want to stay tuned for this one. But we'll be right back. All right. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Yo, what's good, Owen? How you doing, man? How's your Friday night? Hope it's a good one, Oos. Hope it's Oosy as well. Anyways, we're gonna stay on the topic of baseball right now because it was pretty crazy at first. That early on in the season, it would be the Diamondbacks and the Padres staying within shouting distance of the Dodgers in the NL West. But this is why. Yo, what's good, Mac? Damn. Forgot to send the link to you, man. I can still send it to you if you're up for coming on and talking some baseball right now. Let me know. Yeah, so this is why baseball is a marathon, not a sprint. Because right now, the only team on the Dodgers' tail in man, that sucks, man. All right. Well, hey, hope you have an awesome night when you get off, and hope it's a good one, man. But yeah. So right now, the only team on the Dodgers' tail, as far as the overall league standings are concerned, is the Milwaukee Brewers. Will anyone in the National League actually be able to cover some ground on the Dodgers after the All-Star break? I mean, right now, the way that the Dodgers are playing, I really don't see it happening anytime soon. I mean, yeah, again, the Brewers and Braves definitely have a very solid argument, but when you look outside of those two teams, maybe the Chicago Cubs, I'm definitely maybe the Phillies. I know the Phillies are really starting to gain traction under their feet right now. They're starting to win games. I mean, what's crazy is a month ago, when we just started approaching the dog days of summer, it was, but the Phillies, they were down bad, and I mean real bad, and the Yankees were thriving, just sitting atop of the AL East. But fast forward to now, the Phillies are now in second place, right behind the Atlanta Braves in the NL East, and the Yankees have dropped. Well, it's in a rain delay right now, but the Yankees in their last 19 games have dropped 14 of them. And yeah, so we're going to get to the Yankees in just a bit. But this is all about who can stay within shouting distance of the Dodgers. Again, maybe the Phillies, maybe the Braves. Brewers are still playing some good baseball right now. But anybody in the NL West, I really have no faith in, because Jesus Christ, the Diamondbacks and Padres, they're 15 games out of first place and barely above 500 right now. So after the All-Star break, they got to do something, and do something fast, if they want to be able to cover some ground against the Dodgers. I don't see that happening anytime soon. The Cubs, in some sort of way, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. You know, they were on a slide for a bit, but now they've really started to regain traction, cover ground, win some good baseball games and everything like that. And honestly, the wins are paying off, because, yeah, while they may be 7 or 8 games behind the Brewers in the NL Central, don't count them out. Do not count them out. I mean, they've had a few walk-off wins. I think last I saw, they had like 10 walk-off wins, which leads the league right now. Eesh. But you never know with the Chicago Cubs sometimes. So yeah, honestly, when you really think about it, yeah, it's definitely going to be the Brewers, Braves, and possibly Phillies that could really give the Dodgers a run for their money. But earlier in this topic, I talked about the New York Yankees. And Boone, you better do something, and do it fast, because I've about had it up to fucking here with your stupid ass. Just like, bro, you really that fucking concerned on picking out what watch you're gonna wear? And like, the last time that he showed any fire whatsoever was when Caballero was thrown out in a game against the Rays, and Thanks, man. It's been a good stream thus far. Big news coming towards the end, and I can't wait and I hope you stay tuned and are able to hear it. But yeah, like, what the fuck? Boone, you got to do something. You got to do it now, or at least after the All-Star break, because in the last 19 games, and I know that the game has been delayed between the Yankees and Nationals. In the last 19 games, the Yankees have lost 14 of them. In their last 10, they are currently 3-7. In 2 games, or I want to say in games 3 and 4 against the Tampa Bay Rays at Tropicana Field, they had 17 strikeouts total. I believe somebody on social media told me that they had 34 total strikeouts in the series against the Rays. What? No. I refuse that type of bullshit. Look, again, I know baseball is a marathon, not a sprint, but this is the New York fucking Yankees that we're talking about. A team that is held to such high expectations every year into the season and lose 14 of the last 19 games. The fuck is that? The fuck is even that? Because I swear to God, that's not the Yankees that I fucking know, and I'll tell you that right now. But then again, they don't have Judge. They don't have Stanton. Judge and Stanton are on the longest 10-day IL fucking list that I have ever seen in my entire fucking life. Judge, you better get healthy, and you better get healthy fast. Otherwise, your fucking mom is getting a scathing letter that her cooking is fucking low tier. Hope that lights a fire under your ass. But Boone, you got to do something, man. Because I'm really starting to get pissed with seeing the Yankees lose so many fucking games. The literal fact that you had Volpe in the lineup for a while, and when the record came up showing that the Yankees are 16-20 when Volpe's in the lineup, as opposed to Caballero, who are now 32-19 when he's in the lineup, really speaks volumes. But again, we're in a new day and age where players are just going to be like, well, or I should say, where players and coaches are just going to be like, "Are you feeling good to play tonight?" No. Okay, well then you won't start. We'll put a guy in who has a losing record with us in the lineup. Like, that alone should be enough motivation, because at the end of the day, isn't it about winning baseball games? Like Herm Edwards said, you play to win the game. Now, we all know that the end game is a World Series win. But Jesus Christ! Can we do something? Ay, vavoy. Anyways, though, can the Yankees find a way out of their slump and get back on the winning side of things? Honestly, I really think it's going to happen after the All-Star break, because it looks as though. Hey, what's good, Andrew? Hope you're having a good night, my man. But yeah, I really think that it's going to be after the All-Star break, because it really looks like ever since leading up, I know it's 20 games, but it seems as though people have been, or players have been, just in a way like, nice, hell yeah, man. Hey, enjoy it, man. But it seems as though players have just been like, well, you know what? The All-Star break is coming up, so we're just going to be nonchalant about it. That I get. But, I mean, when you look at the performance in the field and everything like that, like, what the fuck is even that? So, something after the All-Star break better fucking change, because... I'm really glad that I got somebody like my wife on my side, because not only am I from New Jersey, but also Irish on my mom's side. Talk about a short fuse, man. Talk about a short fucking fuse. But let's talk about something. Speaking of the East Coast, let's talk about the Southeast real quick, because here's something I didn't expect to see this year. The Marlins, of all teams in the NL East, are actually fighting with the Phillies for second place, for not only second place, but also the top spot in the NL East. We're going to get to that in just a bit. With the Marlins, with the way the Marlins are currently playing right now, could they find themselves in a playoff spot? It's quite possible, because they have some very young talent. Like, I know Sandy Alcantara and Yuri Perez are their top two go-to pitchers. And boy, has it been paying off. But their newest pitcher, Max Meyer, I'm sure he's maybe been in the league for quite some time, but the way that he's been pitching, I think, what was it? He's 9-1. No, that's Sonny Gray, I believe. But yeah, he's been pitching lights out, really helping the Marlins get some key wins, and not only helping getting some key wins, but also helping the Marlins get some key series wins. Like, damn. They got a very youthful lineup. Everything seems to be going right for them right now. But one thing fans need to take into consideration is you got to think about how horrendous that front office is. Because, mind you, the front office probably has the same people where the Marlins also had Stanton, Yelich, Ozuna, Dietrich, Real Muto, all on the same team, by the way. All on the same team. And cleaned house. They let Stanton go to the Yankees. They let Yelich go to the Brewers. They let Real Muto go to the Phillies. They let Ozuna go to the Cardinals, I believe. He's dealing with his own thing. But since then, he's covered some serious ground. And then Dietrich, oh God, Dietrich needs to come back. He was a serious power hitter at the time. And it showed when him and Puig were on the Reds. Oof, talk about some serious power hitting, because that shit was absolutely insane. And man, oh man. But for right now, the way that the Marlins are playing, yeah, honestly, get hyped for the Marlins, because it really wouldn't surprise me if they did secure a playoff spot in the National League. If they do, at least be happy about it. Because regardless of who your opponent is in the wild card, just, hey, at least be able to say you got into the playoffs just like you did 3 years ago. Unfortunately, at the time, the Marlins had to play the Phillies at Citizens Bank. Eesh, that was a fucking nightmare. But yeah, just stand proud, Marlins fans. Stand proud. That's really all I gotta say. This is an enjoyable season that y'all are being able to watch right now. So if you secure a playoff spot, hey, you secure a playoff spot. Just enjoy the season right now, because honestly, I can really bet bottom dollar that probably after this season or after next season, at best, Marlins front office are going to clean house. It really wouldn't surprise me if they did, because how Alcantara is still around, and when he's been the main pitcher that the Marlins go to, insane. But again, they do have Yuri Perez, who's been very solid ever since they brought him up. Just, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing what the Marlins do this season. I really am. But because the Marlins are part of the NL East, let's talk about it. Why? Because, outside of the Braves, Phillies, and Marlins, not in that particular order, don't worry, I will say this. Imagine having the second highest payroll in the league, only to be sitting in dead last of your division and you're damn near 20 games back of first place. Now, I get it. The second half, there's definitely plenty of time for the Mets to try and cover some ground. But now the Mets and their fans are also starting to realize that, Soto's defense is sold separately. Once I saw the highlights from his 2024 season, I was like, you know what, Mets? Y'all can have him. Because the Yankees actually want some players that can actually play some defense. Hell, if you want, y'all can have Volpe for practically next to nothing. Like, I like the kid. I like Volpe, but probably the only reason I like him is because he's a Jersey boy, much like myself. That's it. That is literally it. Now, he did have a redeeming home run in the 2024 World Series against the Dodgers. But again, outside of that, that's probably it. So, since the start of the season, though, Atlanta grabbed the top spot of the NL East and has been sitting there comfortably since then. Now, right now, the Phillies and Marlins have found their momentum and are both 3 games back from the Atlanta Braves in the NL East. As we enter the All-Star break this weekend, as we go deeper into the season, which team will finish in first in the NL East between the Braves, Phillies, and Marlins? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Again, as much praise as I gave the Miami Marlins, they're definitely going to have an NL wildcard spot. There is no denying that. Maybe the Nationals do something. They definitely have a lot of young talent on that team. Maybe they secure another wildcard spot as well. If so, good for them. For real, good for them. They really deserve it, especially after whatever slide they went on after their 2019 World Series win. But, I mean, again, they got Abrams, they got Wood, 2 real young, hungry guys that they can really build around. And right now, their record is speaking for itself in the NL East. But again, like I said, as much praise as I gave the Miami Marlins, I really don't see it coming down to them anytime soon. They're young and they're looking good, and they're 9 games over 500 right now. But at the end of the day, I really think it's going to come down between the Braves and Phillies. The Phillies have really found their momentum. The Braves are stepping up. And earlier this morning when I was watching MLB Central, the Braves are definitely interested in making a trade for Red Sox pitcher Sonny Gray because he has really stepped up. Nice to see you finally stepped up, you dumb son of a bitch. God, he was a fucking bum when he pitched for the Yankees. A fucking bum. The Yankees were getting destroyed, and he's on the fucking pitcher's mound laughing? Nah, you deserve to get traded, my dog. There is no reason you should have been laughing when you're getting your ass kicked. Anyways, like I said, I really think it's going to come down to the Braves and Phillies, just like it has been for the last few years. I honestly can't wait for it. Again, baseball is a marathon, not a sprint. So we'll see what happens, what most teams are looking like when September rolls around, or late September rolls around, and even early October. Again, baseball is a game of chess, not checkers. But we're going to take our final commercial break. When we get back, we got some weekend predictions to make for baseball. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
can't stop me now.
All right. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Now, we got some weekend baseball predictions to make. For baseball, I, for one, cannot wait for it. But before we get into it, it is time to announce what I have been referring to for tomorrow night. If you're a big UFC fan, much like myself, you already know what time it is. Tomorrow night, UFC 329, the return of the former two-division champ, the notorious one, Conor McGregor, as he takes on Max Holloway. And if that wasn't crazy enough, the co-main event, nice. That's what's up, Terry. Hope you have a good time. Let me know how that movie is. Ever since I watched this Despicable Me, those little yellow bastards have been so entertaining to watch, especially the first Minions movie. Let me know how it goes, man. Hope you having an awesome night. But yeah, like I was saying, if Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway in the main event wasn't crazy enough, and we all know that it is crazy enough, Paddy Pimblett is in the co-main event as he takes on Benoit Saint Denis. Now, honestly, with these two fights alone on the main card, I'm honestly expecting more fireworks than the 4th of July last weekend. I'm going to get into some more news about that. But for right now, we got some baseball predictions that we got to make. So first game up, we got the Los Angeles Angels going into Target Field to take on the Minnesota Twins. Angels aren't looking too good right now. There's a reason that they're sitting in the bottom of the AL West. Give me the Twins in this matchup. All right. Next up, we got the Sacramento Athletics going into Guaranteed Rate Field, or Comiskey Park, as I still call it, to take on the Chicago White Sox. The White Sox have been blowing me away this season. With the talent that they have, I really didn't expect them to be on top of the AL Central. So, I mean, the Athletics are good. They got young talent and everything like that. But in a situation like this, give me the Chicago White Sox. Next up, we got the Milwaukee Brewers as they go into PNC Park. Fuck you, Schittsburg. So give me the Brewers in this one over the Schittsburg Pirates. Fuck you, Pirates. Next up, we finally got this game kicked off as it was delayed due to the weather in Washington. Thanks, Nationals. In any case, though, next game up, we got the New York Yankees going into Washington to take on the Nationals. Now, looks like for this matchup, Cam Schlittler is going to be on the mound. You know what? Schlittler is definitely a good ace for the Yankees. Give me the Yankees in this one. All right. After that, we got, unfortunately, a battle of the bottom in the NL West between the Colorado Rockies and the San Francisco Giants. It is at Oracle Park. So in this case, I'm definitely going to go with the home team, being the San Francisco Giants. The Rockies, I like them. They definitely got a young team. Where the fuck is Chris Bryant, though? All right, he's enjoying the fucking money that Rendon is collecting that the Angels signed him to. Two different players is what I'm referring to. If you know the contract that Anthony Rendon got signed to by the LA Angels, then you know that the type of situation that former Chicago Cubs player and former World Series champion Chris Bryant is in. So he's basically injured while collecting a paycheck at the end of the day. All right. Next up, we got the Boston Red Sox going into Citi Field to take on the New York Mets. The Mets are 15 games out of first place in the NL East. The Red Sox, though, they have been 11-2 in their last 13 games. As much as I hate saying this, as much as I hate the Red Sox, but I also hate the Mets equally. Gonna have to go with Boston on this one, even though the Red Sox are undecided at the pitching. But let's see what happens. Next up, we got the Cleveland Indians going into Lone Depot Park to take on the Miami Marlins. I'm looking on ESPN right now. The Marlins are going to have Yuri Perez on the mound. So it's all about if the Marlins can show up and beat the Indians. But I will go with the Indians on this one. I will go with the Marlins on this one. I really will. Yuri Perez, here, let me pull up his stats real quick. He does have, now he is 5-6 and does have a sub-4 ERA, but he does have 89 strikeouts to his name right now. So honestly, I'm going to have to go with the Marlins. I'll still go with the Marlins on this one. I don't care. All right, next up, we got the Seattle Mariners going into Tropicana Field to take on the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays, yeah, they had a double-digit loss, or not double-digit. Yeah, they had a loss to the Yankees, where the Yankees scored 12 runs and everything like that. But I honestly think for the Rays, this is definitely a good bounce-back game for them to win. Especially against the Mariners. Give me the Rays in this one. Next up, we got the Phillies going into Comerica Park to take on Case. That's it. Sorry about that. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Phillies going into Comerica Park to take on the Detroit Tigers. Again, the Phillies have been looking good. They've been gaining some serious momentum. I don't know what they found or how they found it, but they're looking good. The Tigers may have Casey Mize on the mound, but in a way, I'm going to have to go with the Phillies on this one. Maybe it turns into a bit of a slugfest or a bit of a hit parade between the two teams. Who knows? We'll find out once it comes game time tomorrow. Next up, we got the Kansas City Royals going into Camden Yards to take on the Baltimore Orioles. Unfortunately for the Orioles, they really haven't had a good season thus far, despite the off season that they have. I think one of the things that they did was just bring in Pete Alonso. Other than that, they're basically still rocking with the same roster that they've had last season that actually did them some good. You know, Gunnar Henderson, I want to say, what's the kid's name? Bowers. So I know I'm missing a lot more, but yeah. In any case, though, I'm still going to go with the Orioles in this one. I really do like what the Orioles are doing. They got a young roster. This is definitely one of those years where they're having a down year, but I think they'll bounce back next year. All right. Next up, we got a Battle of Texas, and basically saw that 3 years ago in the ALCS between the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers. Both teams are fighting for a spot in the AL West. Houston, they're doing something. Hang on, let me check. Let me check real quick. Yeah, so they're currently 3 games under 500, while the Rangers are currently a game over 500. And so they're currently sitting atop the AL West right now. I guess Seattle lost, but right now, they've been on quite the win streak. They swept the Blue Jays and took 2 out of 3 against the Indians. Didn't get the series win over the Detroit Tigers and took 2 or 3 from the Angels. So, having said that, I'm definitely going to have to go with the Rangers on this one. Again, they're sitting atop the AL West. The Mariners may be a half game out, but I mean, right now, the way that I'm looking at the AL West, it is practically anybody's ball game in that division. So, we shall see what happens. All right, next game up, we got the Chicago Cubs in Cincinnati to take on the Reds. For the Cubs, they got Javier Assad on the mound. For the Reds, they got Nick Lodolo. I don't know. I'm going to have to go with the Cubs on this one because Cincinnati is currently sitting in last in the Central, currently 8 games under 500. Let me check something real quick. See how it's going. Oh, wow. So Reds are actually currently up 4-0 on the Cubs right now. But this is right now. I'm talking about tomorrow. So I think the Cubs will definitely get a game back tomorrow and get the win over the Reds. All right. Next up, we got the Atlanta Braves going into Busch Stadium to take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals have been playing some insane baseball. Jordan Walker and Lars Nootbaar have really found a rhythm right now. I think I saw something from Yahoo Sports that the Cardinals are going to be looking to sign one of their top up and coming players to a long-term deal. But yeah, the Cardinals may be 4 games over 500, but that can only get you so far. So in this one, I'm going to go with the Atlanta Braves. All right. Next up, we got the Toronto Blue Jays going into Petco Park to take on. We got the Toronto Blue Jays going into Petco Park to take on the San Diego Padres. We got Trey Yesavage versus Walker Buehler. Heard that name before. Toronto is honestly doing a lot, I want to say, or they're not actually. So, in a way, this might be somewhat of a decent game, but I really don't know. But with Trey Yesavage on the mound, I'm going to go with the Toronto Blue Jays on this one. Walker, who knows? And then finally, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks going into LA to take on the Dodgers. As much as I want to root for the Diamondbacks against the Dodgers are just too loaded. They are too good. And not to mention, I think I saw Yoshinobu Yamamoto is going to be on the mound in this game. So, yeah, that game is over faster than it starts. But, yeah. That's all the time, or no, that's not all the time, because I want to add on to what I was talking about with tomorrow night with Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway and Paddy Pimblett versus Benoit St. Denis. I will be doing a live stream during UFC 329. The camera will be on me and me alone, and it won't be on the TV whatsoever. Trust me, I've tried that before. I even tried it on my laptop using a VPN and also doing a live stream. But UFC is very serious about that shit. You know what? If you don't believe me, ask Andrew, because I really tried that shit. I really did. I want to say 5,000 viewers within the first 5 minutes of it before he got a message from Twitter saying like, "Yo, you got to cut that shit out. Otherwise, we're locking your channel or you're going to be ixnayed or blacklisted or some fucking bullshit." So, not doing that again anytime soon. So, I will be doing a live stream of UFC 329. The camera will be on me. However, the volume will be turned up to a decent volume level to where everybody that tunes in will be able to hear what's going on. I'll make sure to stay quiet so you can hear the UFC commentators do their banter. I myself will be providing some commentary. I hope everybody out there tuning in. But speaking of tuning in, I want to thank the 68 people that tuned in for tonight's show. But yeah, I hope to see everybody come out for UFC 329 because it is the return of the notorious one. But before I go, obviously it is Friday night. I'm sure everybody's out having a good time. But having said that, I just want to say this: don't add to the population. Don't subtract from the population. Don't end up in the hospital dead or in jail. If you end up in jail, make sure to call somebody whose phone number you know by heart and establish dominance quickly. Now, be sure to have fun. Know your limits, but have fun. Because if you don't know your limits, this could be you. And this was me during a UFC live stream as well. Coming off shortly after I did a live stream of a WWE pay-per-view as well. But this is why I say know your limits. What?
Just missed with the knee. Bobby willing to stand in the pocket. Now he's getting the timing. Yep. Good left hook.
That's why you should know your limits. Now, I am 100% happy that I was in the confines of my own place when that happened and not like behind the wheel or some shit, because that could have ended disastrously. But I'm going to make sure I'm wide awake for the UFC fight. Why? Because, again, Conor McGregor is fighting. He is coming back after a very serious injury that he suffered against Dustin Poirier. The dude was hopping up and down with a carrot up his ass, and just, yeah, it was. All you need to do is look up Conor McGregor ankle injury. It is not for the faint of heart. I will tell you that right now. But that's all the time that we have for tonight's show. I want to thank everybody that came out and tuned in for it. I hope to see y'all tomorrow night for UFC 329. Again, I'll be doing a live stream. One of somebody that I've been connecting with recently, Vinny, the host of Vinny's Corner, will be coming out as well. He'll be joining me with the live stream. He's a good dude, fun dude. So yeah, it's going to be a fun time. But until tomorrow night, peace